This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at Studio Stage Theater for their presentation of Gilbert and Sullivan's Ruddigore. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Trace Oakley. Been doing theater since I was 9 years old, and always been a fan of Gilbert and Sullivan. Do a lot of musicals. I direct a lot of plays as well, and so it's musicals. It's what I listen to for my leisure music as well as part of what I do for my career.
Great. Could you also tell me a bit about the theater company here?
Sure. We're called the Proofed Out Closer Theater Company. This is our premiere production, and I decided to tackle Ruddigore because I love Gilbert and Sullivan and thought it would be fun to do a contemporary sensibility on a classic.
What do you look for in your casting?
Well, number one, I look for star quality, honestly. You know, that's sort of an intangible, but that's the first thing I look for. And then with a piece like this, I wanted people who wanted to embrace what we were doing the way I embraced what we were doing. People who love the music but wanted to kind of make it a little more accessible for today's audience, and also people who embraced the horror movie elements of the show. So I think we found the right people.
If some of my viewers decide to drop by and see the show, what should they expect to see?
They'll expect to see a really, really interesting looking show, funny and a little bit scary, with really, really exciting, beautiful music.
You know, when I first started coming up to do my reviews, I've always had this policy. If I ever find something that has a good script and good cast, I'll always give it a positive review, period. And that's what you got. First of all, the Gilbert and Sullivan, the classical piece, not that many people have seen it, so again, it is something new for them to actually, that might pique their interest. Obviously, they won't be wasting their time by seeing it. And secondly, I actually enjoyed the cast very well. I thought they all sang very well. I thought they all acted pretty well, and actually, where they had to dance, they actually danced pretty well too.
Yeah, we had to have people who could do all three, and that can be really tough to find. It's great when you can find people who are good at all three things, as well as people who can bring the necessary humor to it as well.
I'm giving this a positive review. I'm actually recommending that my audience come here to see this. But one last question I have for you. This is kind of a community theater type thing. What's the biggest challenge you have facing you when you're starting a community theater?
Well, I think the biggest challenge is that, Los Angeles has no shortage of actors, but most of them are not here to do theater. So it is harder than you would think to find people who really have that theater discipline in this town. And, when you find a core group of people, you want to work with them over and over and over.
Okay. Once again, I really enjoyed myself tonight. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. We're happy to have you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Nathan Jenish. I grew up in the Portland area. Went to Washington State University, majored in marketing and English. I've done, mostly my background is in vocal jazz, concert choir, and I've done like a music internship here and there, playing the piano and singing and stuff. And I moved out here to Los Angeles about a year and a half ago, just because I'd always really, really wanted to pursue acting and music, and I didn't want to do anything with my English degree right now. I played Sir Riven Murgatroyd. He's a very well-meaning but very insecure person. He's very dramatic. He's sort of a woe is me kind of guy who sort of revels, though, in being able to indulge his I don't know, just his circumstances if they're bad.
My standard of reviewing shows is if I ever see a good script and also good actors, I'll automatically give it a positive review. Because obviously, it's like 99% of the show, right?
Yeah.
This is a classical script, Gilbert and Sullivan, and actually, the production values may be community theater level, but the actors actually made the entire story. I loved your acting, I loved your performance, and I actually liked your singing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So, question: why did you decide to get into community theater anyway?
It's I moved out here, like I said, pretty recently. First step was to get a job to make money. I.e. bartending, and then second step was just to get out there and start acting, and so I've taken some classes, done a little groundlings and stuff, and this is the second play that I've been in this year, and so just really excited to keep moving forward.
Do you plan to really make this your career? Because obviously there are actors out there that make a lot of money and all that. But again, it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult. Is this really your goal to be an actor? Or are you just going to do community theater where I just want to go have fun, but I'll have a day job?
No, I want to make this my full-time career. Yeah, I'd love to make money doing things that I love, like making music and acting. So it's my goal.
Once again, I thought you were fantastic tonight. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Elena Bernardi. I'm from Detroit. I studied music education and vocal performance at Michigan State University, and I spend my life teaching music and singing. I played Rose Maybud. Rose is sweet and inquisitive and very naive, and she gets taken advantage of by the men who are pursuing her in her life. I think in the end she really just loves Riven, ultimately. But she's heartbroken when he is, when he has to take the title of Bad Baronet. It breaks her heart. And she's happy in the end when he figures out a way to break the curse in a very Gilbert and Sullivan fashion the last 3 minutes of the show.
I just loved your singing. I thought you were fantastic.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I've worked so hard. Like, I don't know what to say. It's just like one of those things that, like, I can honestly say that my life has not been the kind of life where I've always been the singer that I am. It was a tumultuous road of figuring out placement and breast support and how to act and move at the same time, and something I really, really honestly had to work very hard at. And so it's really wonderful to hear you say that.
Well, Gilbert and Sullivan is a very challenging piece. A lot of people have described it as like an opera.
Yeah, I would definitely consider this work an operetta, and it is challenging. And in order for me to feel confident, I pretty much spent the entire 2 months prior to music directing and starring in the show listening to the score in my car in traffic every single day. So it was something that I had to internalize in order to be able to do well. And I feel like that's how it is, especially with this, like, that's how it is everywhere. But with this difficulty of work, you need to really, really feel it. You need to know what Sullivan was thinking when he made those choices, and you need to feel his melodies, feel the phrasing, in order to really present it the way that it's meant to be presented.
Are you going to make this your career, that actually to be a professional performer, which is kind of really hard doing? I mean, I basically once interviewed an actor. He actually starred one of the stars of Head of the Class in the 80s, and he said he knew 1,000 working actors. Right now, 3 of them are working.
Right. I live my life with the motto that you do what you love. And you do what you love very well, and you have fun with it. And if you stop doing it very well and you stop having fun, then you shouldn't be doing it. So I'm going to continue to pursue this as long as that remains true, and I'm having the best time in my life doing this show, and it feels wonderful to be able to do it at the level that we're doing it, considering that we are under the budget and of a community theater. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing my thing as long as it remains true to what I believe in.
Okay. Once again, I really love your singing. I liked your acting very much too. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Hello, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm at KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Seth Freed. I've grown up in LA all my life. You know, going through high school, I did a lot of Shakespeare. We did like 5 plays, and it was my favorite thing. And then, you know, I've just been doing a lot of theater the last couple of years, show after show after show, and, you know, studying for opera, doing all that. I played a Richard Dauntless. He's a little bit of a pain, a complete womanizer, and in our production, he's also a werewolf. So it all fits together in a very fun way. So it's very aggressive, very passionate way, over the top. Makes it very enjoyable.
If some of viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
What they should expect to see is an incredible amount of silliness, because that's really what Gilbert and Sullivan about, is just plain old English, silly, fun stuff, and also with the addition of all the horror characters, the stock makes it very fun, a little bit dark, but never loses just that brightness that Gilbert and Sullivan has on its own.
Well, my review of the pieces, I definitely liked it. First of all, classical Gilbert and Sullivan, so again, it's a good script, but also very good cast. I like the cast a lot. Now, you in particular, I just love the way you played your piece. I loved your acting, I loved your singing, and I actually even loved your dancing. I just want to say that because, again, in community theater, you see some gems and you see some people who don't belong there. Everyone here belonged here. I mean, I didn't find one bad singer here, didn't find one bad actor here, and actually, I didn't find one bad performance tonight either.
Well, this is a wonderful cast. I've loved working with all these people. Everybody's fun. It's not a dramatic cast, so it's been a very enjoyable experience just getting to know these people.
Yeah. Well, one thing they should know is that there's no real big names here because, again, I do a lot of theater, and every now and then you see a big guy come by here, and he just loves acting, so he comes by and does theater and all that. Again, this is more community theater level, so again, that's what they should also expect. But again, they should also expect that it's actually going to be a very good, enjoyable evening. So a question for you is basically, what drew you into acting?
What drew me into acting was, when I was 17, I was like doing my 5th high school Shakespeare show, and it was Petruchio, Taming of the Shrew, and one day my grandpa came to see it, and he actually said, well, you've got some talent in this, and it was really wonderful to hear that I had something, and I was looking for a career. So why not?
Well, you know how challenging this is because one of the things I actually ask a lot of, I actually ask advice. So if you ever listen to some of my old podcasts, I got like 180 of them now. Basically, I always ask the directors and I always ask the people with experience what kind of advice they give. A lot of them give the advice to just keep working. A lot of them actually give some really good advice. But everyone says it's really hard work. Really, really hard work. It's like if you want to do something, if there's anything else you can do it. I mean, anything else. So what do you think about that?
Well, that is absolutely true. It is a labor of love. There's no bones about it. No bones about it. And I'm doing it because I love it.
Okay, well, once again, I really enjoyed your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
I'm Evan Camacho. Born in California. I basically spent my whole life in California, but I did 3 months in London for study abroad and then actually spent a year in Vancouver, Canada training as an actor. So I came down here about a year ago and just been trying to make my living ever since. I played Sir Roderick, the uncle of our main character, Sir Riven Murgatroyd. He died because he did something good. He fell in love with this girl, said, I'm going to go straight, but because of the curse, he was forced to perish in inconceivable agonies. And so now it's his job to make sure that his nephew continues the legacy.
I really liked your performance, actually. I liked the performance of everyone tonight. I didn't see one bad actor among the bunch. I saw a few good ones, too.
Thank you very much. I was honored. I just had a lot of fun with the show. And it's not an easy musical. And it's my first ever Gilbert and Sullivan. So it was kind of a shock for me. So I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, actually, Gilbert and Sullivan is more of an opera than it is a musical.
Yeah, we call this a horror operetta. So to be really technical. But it's just, this is my first ever operetta. And just because of very supportive cast, and great musical director, so I had a lot of fun.
Okay. Once again, I really enjoyed your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. I'm honored.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Janie. I played Ruth. This is my first official show. So I'm from Colorado, and I played Ruth.
Okay.
The cheerleader. She is an excited cheerleader who really wants to get married so she can have some fun.
I really enjoyed the performance tonight. I thought the acting was very good, and I thought the script was actually very entertaining also.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun playing that part.
Do you want to become an actor, or is this more a community theater thing where you just have fun and you have a day job?
My dream my whole life was to be a singer. The musical theater thing is actually still pretty new to me. So I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone, but that's the direction that I want to go in, eventually Broadway.
That is actually a very challenging job.
Yeah, it's definitely scary. It's like a lot of vulnerability and just putting yourself out there, and especially doing comedy, it's very vulnerable. It's like you're out there doing your thing and you're like, am I funny? Do I suck? Do they like me? Am I horrible? It's a scary thing, but it's so much fun and it's really rewarding.
Once again, I really liked your performance tonight. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Stephen Jewell. Well, I've been out in LA for about 8 years from Colorado. It's not a lot of professional acting opportunities in Colorado. That's why I moved out to LA. And my background's mainly theater, actually. But I came out here because I also love film. I played Shaft Covet. He's kind of like the hypnotist character. He's one of the baronets also, and one of the... I play multiple characters. My take on this piece, on this play, well, I like the fact that it's an adaptation of, pre-Broadway musicals, because a lot of people aren't familiar with that. They're only familiar with the popular fare. Of course, Gilbert and Sullivan was very popular back in the day, and there are more popular pieces. I'm not aware of all of their oeuvre, or whatever the word is, but I got into Gilbert and Sullivan last year doing a play that I directed for the Fringe Festival. It was parts of HMS Pinafore that we used, because Gilbert and Sullivan is part of public domain now. So being able to be part of this was really exciting and surprising in a way, just because I hadn't been acting in a while. And the play itself is pretty hilarious. Trace did a good job at adapting it, and getting rid of some of the parts that would be superfluous and boring, I would assume. I don't know. Yeah, that's my take on the play. I don't.
Well, I really enjoyed the piece. I thought I thought you guys did a pretty good job. Not a bad actor amongst you. Everyone did fine. Some pretty good ones too. And also the piece itself is a classic, so it's not like something bad, not bad script. So anytime I have good script, have good acting, I'll automatically get a positive review for that.
Oh wow, that's great. Thank you.
Wouldn't you go? I mean, good script, good acting. Why else go to theater if you don't see good script,
exactly.
good acting?
And it's always good to go around LA, especially with the 99 seat or less theaters, and to check out all the smaller productions that still can put on some amazing shows. I like to get out when I can to those different projections, because the Actors Equity has that whole fight with their members about the 99 seat contracts and all that, which is kind of, a lot of people in LA were afraid of small shows like this, small productions being shut down, because union actors wouldn't be able to act in theater out in LA, and they would try to make it more like New York theater. So yeah.
Okay, so once again, I really enjoyed the performance. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Ashley Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Jared Yeesh. This is actually my first official musical. I grew up mostly in Colorado. Been here for about 7 years. Just sort of doing the acting thing, film, television, just sort of plugging away, doing what I can, and getting all the work I can, I guess. I play Syringe. So he's one of the grave robbers, one of the baronets. Also play one of the frame characters, one of the ancestors.
Well, first of all, I liked everyone's performance. I didn't see a bad actor among you guys, and I liked all your singing too. Pretty good singing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So basically, good scripts, good cast, and that's basically what theater's about. You find a good script, a good cast, you really should go.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. This show's been really interesting, and it's been a great learning experience for me, and just watching all the actors that are, the way they've come together with, the material and the adaptation of the Gilbert and Sullivan, music, along with the words, along with, Trace's take on it. It's really come together wonderfully, and, I think it's a testament to how well Trace and Elena have worked, and, how hard they worked to kind of pull this whole thing together. So it's been really a great experience and a joy to be a part of.
Question: why does everyone come from Colorado? Is it a coincidence or something like that, or is that not?
It is a coincidence. Yeah, we all joke about that. That apparently it's just I don't know, because Trace is from Colorado, so I don't know if he, somehow was drawing the Coloradans toward him. But yeah, all different parts of Colorado, though.
Okay, well, once again, I enjoyed your performance. I enjoyed the performance as a whole. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Gilbert and Sullivan's Ruddigore will be playing at Studio Stage Theater from August 5th to August 28th. For more information, go to www.brownpapertickets.com and browse for Ruddigore.